Hi, Laura Thompson here, also known to my Facebook comic book cosplay comrades in arms as that loony girl who likes to cosplay Harley Quinn, the Joker's girlfriend, way too much. And part of my obsession of Harley Quinn is in making costumes along the lines of her trademark red and black color scheme. And this is the latest ensemble that I've created. My little top, and you can see the pants with the classic diamonds there on both sides and on the back. So yeah, but in addition to creating costumes and just cosplaying, which is basically just, you know, acting like a kid and then dressing up for fun at conventions, and I know I don't want to grow up, like the Tom Waits song says. So in addition to doing that, I also paint and draw and sculpt and make little creatures out of, crochet them and knit them out of yarn. So I was asked graciously to be part of a Batman, Spiderman themed show, coyly titled The Amazing Arachnid Guy and Flying Rodent Man tribute show, in honor of the two movies coming out this summer for Batman and Spider-Man. And so I created a piece, multimedia piece, entitled Your Average Night in Gotham City, parentheses, Totoro District, and that's T-O-T-O-R-O. If you don't know who Totoro is, he's the lead character in a wonderful Japanese anime film, and I'm just going to show you who he is because I have an enormous Totoro, stuffed Totoro that I got in Japantown. And as you can see, he's kind of a fat, rabbity like creature, and just absolutely adorable and squeezable. So I thought, how fun would it be to create a piece that blends the world of Totoro with the world of Batman? And as you can see here, Totoro just looks like he doesn't have a mouth, but in the film, actually, when he gets excited, he opens his mouth really wide, and it's almost like the Joker's grin. He makes this huge, huge maniacal grin. So yes, and he's the spirit of the forest. I believe that's his character. Anyway, but he's really cute, so I have made a piece here. As you can see, you can zoom in now to the piece, which again is titled Your Average Night in Gotham City, Totoro District. And we'll start over here with my favorite, Mr. J, also known as the Joker. And as you can see, I gave him a little Uzi, and he's all nicely tailored with this little squirty flower and his bag of jewels. And actually in Totoro, the animated film, all the little characters, some of the Totoro characters have little bags they put acorns in, so I was trying to reference that as well. And as you can see, there are little Joker cards there, and in a way, Joker reminds me a little bit of if you remember that witch from Bugs Bunny, she used to say something, you know, like evil with glee, and then go hee and ride off on her broomstick, and there was this like dust cloud and all these hairpins left in her wake. And that's kind of how I think of the Joker. He does that too, where he'll say some great, you know, one-liner, and then cackle maniacally, and then he'll, you know, fly off, and there's all these Joker cards left all over the ground. So I thought that was kind of a funny thing that he reminds me of that. All right, so if we move up here, you can see the penguin, his royal plumpness, with all the accoutrements that he has: his top hat, his monocle, his cigarette holder with cigarette lit, and of course his umbrella, which also doubles as an Uzi. So he's there, and then you can see there's Ha-Ha in purple and green, just as a reminder to everybody who truly is the Clown King of Gotham. I prefer, personally, the upgrade from Clown Prince to Clown King, because there is nobody better than the Joker in my world, villain-wise, in Gotham City. And over here you can see, then there's another character in the Totoro animated film, which is this crazy Cheshire cat-looking bus, which is also a cat. And it's got a bunch of legs, and it will kind of bound through the forest, and it picks up Totoro and his friend in the film, and they go off on adventures. So I thought, how perfect to make Catwoman be the cat bus from that film. And so there we've got, you know, Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. And why did I pick the Michelle Pfeiffer version of Catwoman as my personal favorite? Well, I think if you remember her character from Batman Returns, she had the best character arc. She started out as just this pathetic, you know, miserable, beaten down, a nerd bird with huge glasses and no self-confidence. So she went from being a complete pushover to literally being pushed out the window by her boss, the great Christopher Walken. And you know, we think maybe she died, but then she was resurrected reanimated through cat bites, and turned into kind of some kind of zombie chick, and after going back to her apartment, we see that she's like poor, she lives in a crappy apartment. We see later she has a crappy Volkswagen Bug. Her mother is like one of the only people who calls her, and she still collects stuffed animals as a grown adult. These are all, you know, things I can personally relate to. So, but then she goes crazy, absolutely, you know, bat crap crazy. And that's something I highly recommend to everybody. You should all go crazy at once in your life, because some people never go crazy, but truly horrible lives they must lead. That's from Barfly, one of my all-time favorite films, starring Mickey Rourke and Faye Dunaway. Charles Bukowski film, just genius. So I highly recommend that if you get a chance to see it. Anyway, but she goes bat crap crazy and you know, starts tearing everything up and goes to her closet and finds an old raincoat and DIYs the heck out of it, making it into the coolest Stitch Punk Catwoman suit ever. And I swear to God, that scene actually inspired me to learn how to sew, because I thought, if she can do that, you know, well, sky's the limit. That's the coolest thing. So for all those myriad of reasons, she's my favorite version of Catwoman. Come back over here. All right, you can close up on her if you want. She's got her little whip and then her crazy cat claws and everything. And if you scroll down a bit, you'll see the next character is Harley Quinn. There she is with her big oversized mallet, looking maniacal. And she's very excited. She thinks she's going to be splatting Batman, but as we all know, you know, Batman is virtually unsplattable. So keep on dreaming there, girl. And next to her, of course, she has a little Bud and Lou, who were the babies, the hyenas that Joker and Harley are always running around with, named, of course, after Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. And in the Totoro animated show, or animated movie, there are these tiny little Totorian creatures that basically don't even have any arms. They just have little feet and they kind of, you know, bop around. So that's why I made Bud and Lou look like them, the really small versions. And they're just very adorable. As you can see, one of them is chewing on Batman's cowl and the other one is chewing on his cape. And that leads us to, of course, you know, the main man himself, Batman, who I didn't think I was going to love him the most out of all these characters that I crocheted, but actually I really do, because I feel like I could just put a bubble over his head, which basically says, you know, why do I bother doing this? Every night I come out here and these crazies, I mean, there is no point. Nobody appreciates me. Nobody loves me, really. Catwoman's here and she's gone psycho again and she's about ready to hurt me too. And it's just, there's no point. I could be home, you know, chilling, getting drunk, whatever, hanging out with two, three, or four supermodels, you know. I don't need this. What is the point again of doing this? And I just love the thought that he's having a kvetching moment of oi, that this is just not worth it. This is just, why do we do this? So anyway, yeah, so that's my piece here. And I forgot to mention in the beginning that this is at Big Umbrella's Cooperative Art Gallery in San Francisco. And you can, I believe, check out their website. And what would that be again, Rick?
www.bigumbrellastudios.com.
Bigumbrellastudios.com, all right. And for any future works I'm doing personally, you can check out my website, which is madloveingotham.com. I am working on a lot of just 2D type drawings and comic panels, just celebrating, you know, for the fun of it, my love of Harley and Joker, my own take on them. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this little presentation, as flawed as it was, in my little art piece. And yeah, I hope to see some of you cosplayers that I chat with on Facebook all the time at a future convention. So toodaloo!